Hi there, welcome to My Views and News. Thanks for joining the live chat session. Let me welcome the participants. Then a roundup of three topics which I'll speak on, and I would request you to pick the first topic which I should speak on. But let me welcome the participants first. Hello Sajid, good evening, he says. Klaus New is saying happy birthday to me. Thank you, Klaus. Uh, Sam says welcome. Samuel Falek says greetings. Yusuf Kabede says hello Sajid. Tamasgan Dinka here too. He says welcome sir. Sammy S says hello Mr. Sajid. Enge Som Photo says hi. Peace and love. Wishing me happy birthday. Thank you. Peace and love. One of the viewers who keeps me going is peace and love. Thank you, peace and love. F Lion says, Sajid, how are you? We are mastermind. Never ever defeat us. What do you mean? AZ King says, hello. Second member who joined today is AZ King. Peace and love. AZ King, two members here so far. Nahom Architect says, good evening. Good evening, Nahom Architects. F Lion says, how are you, brother? I'm fine. Third member made it to the live chat is T and O. How are you, T and O? Goitiam Gizai says, hi, Sajid. How are you, Goitiam Gizai? Samuel Faleke, start from the rally and followed by the rest. So Samuel is suggesting I should talk about the rallies in Oromia first, then the other two topics. TPLF PP talks and a Russian military base in Eritrea, which is, by the way, a key development. TNO says, good evening. F Lion, Mesfin Kibro says, welcome all. Ajabneo Yigarmal here too. Come says, Sajid, why you lie always? When did I lie? Tell me. Just point out what I said. Angisham photo, anything the government does has no impact on the improvement of the living standard of the people of Eritrea, Angisham says. Thank you, AZ King, for wishing me happy birthday. Three topics, just a roundup, then we'll see which topic to cover first. Is a Russian military base in Eritrea loading? Is it imminent? I want to analyze the situation for you, where in Africa Russia tried to establish bases in the last few years. What did US do? What could happen in coming months? Secondly, talks between TPLF and Prosperity Party in Mekelle today. Important development, but it seems that Prosperity Party is encouraging one party rule in Tigray, which is, by the way, what we're seeing in Addis Ababa, to one party rule basically. Thirdly, rallies in Oromia today. I did two videos on that. How to interpret the rallies which were taken out in Oromia today. John Doe says, Sajid, can you make a video on leaked Eritrean Europe meeting? Yeah, I saw the video. I could not cover it because of the other developments happened today in Oromia, etc. Hopefully tomorrow I'll try to speak about that. Tamasgan says, Oromia has no choice than supporting PMRB. Interesting observation. T&O, the arrival of Russian warship at the port of Massawa is causing significant concern for the West. Yes, T&O, everyone, GHD is here too, says hello. I'll cover that in the later in this live chat. Muhammad Taki Ibn Muhammad Rashid. Sajid, what are your thoughts on Abi building a brand international airport in Bishoftu? Isfai Abraha, nice to meet you, he says. Why Saul says good evening. Samuel Falak says, Sajid, it's your birthday. Is it your birthday or Abi's anniversary? What a coincidence. Yeah, it's my birthday and it's Abi's anniversary of his government rather, when he took office. John Doe says that few months ago, I was in Asmara internet cafe and a young man was listening to your videos. You are famous, Sajid. Thank you, John Doe. It's a revelation for me as well if people are watching me there. But by the way, I get analytics of my videos where videos are being played. My views on news is watched across the world, in entire Europe, America, Canada, Africa. Viewers are spread across the world, not in Asia, but some viewers in India and some other parts as well. Mainly in Africa and Europe and North America, my views and news is watched. Masfin Kebro, Engesham Photo, thank you for your wishes. So, which topic should we cover first? Rallies in Oromia, Samuel Falek is suggesting. Okay, let's start from Oromia. Then the next news story would be from naval base from Eritrea. Then third one would be from Tegarai. Uh, is Eritrea in BRICS? I don't think so. Well, why is that rallies today were just taken out in Oromia? No rallies in other parts of Ethiopia. Did other regional governments refuse to organize rallies? Were they not in a position to gather people, to rally people? What happened? And by the way, I said in the last video when I analyzed this development that Ola facilitated, indirectly facilitated today's rallies. Rallies were taken out in the heart of Oromo Liberation Army strongholds in Dambidolo, in Gimbi, West Valaga, Kalam Valaga. We saw big rallies. Ola was on board regarding today's rallies. I'll speak on that tomorrow. I have received information about why Ola agreed to holding of these rallies. Ola could easily have stopped these rallies or prevented the rallies. Ola did not. Why? I'll do a video hopefully tomorrow because I want to confirm the information which I have received. Rallies only in Oromia, definitely a message from the rallies could have been organized in other parts of Ethiopia too, maybe smaller rallies in Somali region, in Afar, in southern Ethiopia. Maybe smaller rallies could have been had. But reportedly, federal government only wanted Oromia to be the region where rallies were due to be had. Other regional governments were not told to organize rallies. And in Oromia, obviously government was behind today's rallies. Government, Prosperity Party, they organized people. Some say, by the way, they say, Sajid, people were forcibly brought to these rallies. They were paid. They were laborers. I don't agree. Maybe there were some participants who were forcibly brought. Maybe some were paid too. But you cannot bring tens of thousands of people. You saw big rallies today across Oromia. I think today's rallies were a message from Oromia to Amhara groups, firstly, that Oromia PP is behind Ethiopian PM Abiy. If anyone has ambitions about reaching Addis Ababa, they should reconsider their ambitions. Strong message. Secondly, a message for international community as well that now Oromos are in power and nothing can happen in Ethiopia without taking Oromos on board. I believe that it was a message from Oromia, deliberate message that Oromia is now the center of power in Ethiopia. Successful and impressive show of strength by Oromia regional government Oromos. And one observation which I want to share with you is that I think that Fano is indirectly helping Ethiopian PMR. PMRB is getting stronger in Oromia because of Ola's rhetoric, because of Fano's rhetoric. Fano says it wants to reach Addis Ababa. That is what they are saying, by the way. We saw banners in Addis Ababa, we are coming, Fano coming. We saw from David Wold, Georgius, from Mere Wodajo, from other Fano commanders saying that they want to Skandar to, they want to reach Addis Ababa. And it means that this announcement, this rhetoric by Fano commanders is going to make Oromia insecure. It will make people of Oromia rally behind Ethiopian PMR. There could be internal divisions in Oromia, which are there. I mean, opposition is not on board with the government. Just yesterday, we saw that Oromo Liberation Front, Oromo Federalist Congress, they boycotted an offer of meeting with the Prime Minister of Ethiopia. Wiragudina, head of OFC, confirmed today that his party, OLF, ONLF, and several others boycotted Monday's meeting with the Prime Minister. Ola also calls the Prime Minister, the government, as the root cause of problems in Oromia. But when it comes to Fano's ambitions to reach Addis Ababa, all seem to be uniting. And that is why the government was able to put up a big show, impressive show in Oromia today. Because people are being told in Oromia, and we must link it to what is happening in Oromia Special Zone, North Shore Zone of the Amhara region, where we saw ethnic violence last month. Dozens of people died there. Oromos were killed too. Oromos were displaced too. Again, that led to welcome Mulki. That led to rise of anti-Fano sentiment in Oromia and pro-government sentiment. So indirectly, Fano is supporting PMRB. PMRB is getting more support in Oromia now because people believe that he's fighting against Amhara Fano fighters. He's trying to crush Fano fighters. And Fano fighters want to sweep through Oromia to capture Addis Ababa. That is why we saw big strength, huge rallies in Oromia today. Bilal Moshe joined too, a member. How are you, Bilal? Rashid says, Ahmed Taki, the Oromos don't care for Abi. We only want to keep Amhara away from Oromia. This is what I'm saying. Right now, it is the Prime Minister of Ethiopia whose military is leading operation against Amhara Fano fighters. Angus on photo says, Ola is conspiring with Abi's regime. I'll respond to it tomorrow. As I said earlier, I am verifying what I have learned. Asad Ibrahim, walaikum assalam. Roberto Avalos says, makes sense. Thank you, Mulki. Yes, 2 days in a row. You're here. Makes sense why the ally with federal government Fano looks too extreme, Roberto says. Farah Abdi, Russia is not welcome in Somalia. I'll come to it. Uh, Agonafer says, Mr. Sadi, this is why I say you lack deep knowledge about Ethiopian politics. No matter what Fano does, as long as PP is in power and it spreads hate politics, Oromia will not be its support base. Well, I shared my analysis with you. You have every right to disagree. I think that Fano's activities are leading to insecurity in Oromia. This insecurity will be used by Prosperity Party in Oromia to rally support behind the Prime Minister of Ethiopia. Now, let me come to the second topic, viewers, because I have spoken a lot on these rallies in two videos. I covered it from from this morning. I told you about the places in Oromia where rallies were taken out, slogans were chanted. Obviously, rally participants backed PM Abiy coming to power and his ongoing tenure. They want him to be in power, to remain in power. And they think that this is era of change, which is being led by the Prime Minister of Ethiopia. But PM Abiy's critics say that he has made decisions leading the country into wars. One war cost 500,000 lives, around 500,000. Another war-like situation in Amhara region. No accountability. Damascus Dinka, do you know there are more than 10 million Amharas in Oromia and no single Oromo in Amhara region? What? No single Oromo in Amhara region? What are you saying, Damascus? Let me come to the second topic yours, that is about Eritrea Russia military cooperation. We know that Russia has long been interested in establishing a naval base in the Red Sea. Russia talked to Sudan. They reached an agreement. Agreement could not be implemented. Americans intervened. Americans want to keep Russians away from the Red Sea. Uh, After Russia-Sudan deal could not progress, Russia talked to Central African Republic, and I think Wagner fighters are based there. And a Russian military base has been established there, or it will be established. The problem is that Central African Republic is landlocked. It does not have a coast. Russians want to have a naval base. And now it is increasingly important for them to have a naval base because of what is happening in the Red Sea. Exchange of attacks between Yemen-based Houthi fighters and Westerners. Western American frigates, warships are patrolling the Red Sea. Somali pirates are now reactivating themselves too. They captured some vessels a few days ago, and then then Indian Navy conducted an operation. It captured Somali pirates and took them to India for a trial there. Russians don't want the most strategic maritime route to be controlled by Americans, by Europeans. That is why around a week ago, Russia sent its frigates and warships to the Red Sea, which have conducted some drill there. Then one frigate arrived in Massawa, Eritrea. And after that, today, the deputy head of Russian Navy arrived in Eritrea. Deputy head, a top naval officer of Russia, arrived in Massawa. He was welcomed by Philippus Voldejohannes, chief of staff of Eritrean military. He held a meeting with Isas Afwerki, Eritrean president. Eritrean president inspected the Russian frigate, which arrived a few days ago. For around 7 days, I think the frigate will be in Eritrea. Monarch Media joined too. Monarch Media is a member. Warm welcome to you, Monarch Media. Now, it's clear that Russians want to have naval presence in the Red Sea. But obviously, they need to have a base. They need to have a base in a country, Red Sea country, Arabian Sea country, close to Gulf of Aden, so that they can use this base to conduct operations. And in case of direct confrontation between NATO and Russia, Russia would need to have its presence in this area too. That is why Russians want to establish a naval base in this area, in this zone. Russians have been in talks with Eritrea for a naval base for years, I would say. But we never got confirmation that Russians were going to start work on building a naval base in Eritrea. Though we know that when Sergei Lavrov visited Eritrea last year, he landed in Massawa. He visited Massawa port and Massawa airport as well. Russians are building infrastructure in Massawa. But keeping in view the new security situation in the Red Sea, I think Russians are going to intensify their efforts to establish a naval base in this area. Eritrea is an ideal location for them. Can they establish a naval base in Somalia? No. Somaliland? No, as well. Why? Because Somalia will object. Americans will intervene to find on good terms with US. Sudan, already their attempt repelled, effort unsuccessful. Djibouti, already home to so many bases. Thank you, TG. Ethiopia, landlocked. It means that their options are limited when it comes to establishing a naval base in this area. Eritrea, best choice for them. Why? Keeping in view that Eritrea has not been on good terms with Americans, with Europeans. Americans, Europeans backed sanctions on Russia. They backed sanctions on Eritrea. They backed TPLF for years. And Isas Afwerki openly, publicly calls for establishment of a new world order. He has been urging Russian leaders, he's been urging Chinese leaders to work for the establishment of a new world order. He accuses the Westerners, the Americans, of having colonial ambitions, that they want to steal, they want to rob African resources. So Eritrea is an ideal location for Russian naval presence. I personally believe that whether Russia establishes a naval base in Eritrea or it maintains its military presence, naval presence in Eritrea, now Eritrea is going to host Russian naval forces. We might not see announcement of the establishment of Russian naval base in Eritrea publicly, officially. But keeping in view the security situation in the area, Eritrea is going to host Russian Navy. Question is, what will Eritrea get in return? I said yesterday, Isas Afwerki is a negotiator hard to deal with. But the man is still a guerrilla fighter. He was a guerrilla fighter. He led his fighters to independence, and he knows a lot about security. But he never turned into a leader with a vision for economic progress, for prosperity. He thinks from security point of view. I personally think that Isas Afwerki will try to get uh, benefits for his forces. He would like Eritrean Navy to be trained. He would like Eritrean Air Force to be established, ground forces to be established. He would like to buy cheap weapons from Russia. He would like Eritrean military to be trained by Russia. He would like sharing of technology. Will he get something for Eritrean economy, for Eritrean people? Will there be any progress about Massawa economic zone? We know that Somalia has been, we know that Eritrea has been working to make Massawa economic zone a success. It spent a lot on this project. It invited Chinese and Russians to invest there, but the project could not succeed. I think this is a time for Shafo join too. Shafo is a member. Warm welcome to you, Shafo. He says, how is Prime Minister of Oromia celebrating his day, Sajid? Well, he sent a message. I talked about that a few minutes ago. He sent a message. Oromia is behind him. Oromia is with him. If anyone has ambitions of reaching Addis Ababa, they should reconsider their plans. So, Isas Afwerki, I think, will get uh, cooperation and support from Russia to build Eritrean forces. I'm not sure about his economic vision. What does he intend to get from Russia to make Eritrean economy progress? That remains to be seen. But I think that now you'll see Russian naval presence in Eritrea, whether in the form of a naval base or in some other form. Guracha Bhati joined too. Abi's character is marked by utter benignity, befitting a saint. We love him dearly. You see that Guracha is backing Abi. Guracha is from Oromia, I think. Muni Muni is nowhere to be seen. I think he is investigating Fano's claim. Fano claimed today that it shot down a Su-27 of Ethiopian Air Force. And Muni Muni came up with the name of a weapon which Fano possesses. Maybe he is busy conducting an investigation. And Russians sent free wheat to Eritrea a few weeks ago. So to Eritrea, to some other countries as well. Aptamo says your review is genuine and unbiased. Thank you, Aptamo. Mesfin says, why are you talking about Israel and Syria? What? I'm not talking about Israel and Syria. Abi, by the way, Guracha is calling Abi a saint. When Abi met with representatives from her region a few months ago, their Orthodox priest sang in the honor of Ethiopian PM Abi. I remember that. Just like he was singing for a holy figure, if you remember. Yoni Tafara joined too. How are you, Yoni, brother? He says hi. One point I want to make, Farah Abdi says, Amhara people are number one enemy of Somali people. Please don't write like this. Don't generalize. There could be issues between Amhara ruling elite and Somali ruling elite. But don't generalize. Don't say all Amharas are enemies of all Somalis. No. Generalization is not good. It always leads to prejudice, which turns into violence and ethnic conflicts. Last topic, viewers. TPLF Prosperity Party talks held in Makale today. I what I understood uh, learning about the talks is not very encouraging for me. It's not. It's disappointing for the people of Tigray, I would say. Why? Uh, Adan Para, the deputy chairman of Prosperity Party, and now his deputy prime minister as well, because he is now heading a department for democracy building, and his rank is now that of deputy prime minister too. He was appointed yesterday, and today he went to Makale. There, a meeting was held between Prosperity Party members led by Adan Farah. He is a federal government representative too, and then then TPLF members. Leaders like Getachew was there, Debratskian was there too, others too. Meeting was held and the two sides agreed on start of political dialogue. What is this political dialogue? And by the way, Pretoria was signed in November 2022. So it means that around uh, 17 months have passed. Pretoria deal stated that the parties will start political dialogue. So after 17 months of the Pretoria deal, now political dialogue is starting between PP and DPL. What is this dialogue about? What does it mean when you say that political dialogue is going to start? Well, firstly, uh, TPLF will be adjusted in Addis Ababa on federal level. Prosperity Party wants to be in Tigray. It wants to have a foothold in Tigray. And that is what they agreed on in Pretoria, I think. TPLF status, a political party, is going to be reinstated. Though TPLF is not eligible to contest an election because its status has not been restored so far. But federal government today acknowledged TPLF status by starting talks with TPLF in Makale. Formal talks will start soon. Question is, where is Tigray's opposition? So the two parties, PP and TPLF, are making decisions about the future of Tigray. Tigray opposition is nowhere to be seen. It means that Prosperity Party is backing one party rule in Tigray. Just like there is one party rule in Addis Ababa too. Opposition is not welcome. Same is happening in Makale. It's not a good sign for democracy in Tigray. People, when they fought in the 2-year-long war in Tigray, they hoped for the creation of a democratic Tigray with participation of all parties. But Tigray is back to square one, it seems. It was ruled by one party in recent decades, and that is what will happen in coming years too. PP is backing TPLF's rule in Addis Ababa. PP in Tigray, but PP wants its share too. How much will be PP's share in Tigray? That we'll see. What will opposition do? Silence so far. It should speak. Why is that talks are bilateral, PP and TPLF? Where is Tigray's opposition? They should speak. And secondly, I believe that TPLF is not interested in making Tigray democratic. TPLF wants to be the only power, only party in Tigray. Let's see how these talks progress. So we'll see now talks between Tigray and Amhara about disputed territories already ongoing. Another parallel mechanism of talks is going to start between TPLF and Prosperity Party in coming days. Unit Tafara says, Saji, TPLF is the best for Tigray. Well, it could be the best, but it should give others to the right to carry out activities politically in Tigray. Opposition has a right to be represented at these talks. Maybe people want to have choice. They want to compare TPLF with the parties. Hi says, hi Sajid, is Russia's alliance with Eritrea strategic or tactical? Well, it's tactical right now, but if the situation worsens, it will turn into a strategic alliance as well. Russians, I think, have very limited choices here. Eritrea as well. Eritrea not on good terms with American, with Europeans. So both, I think, are to some extent natural allies, you can say. Nahom Gumata says, good evening, Sajid. How are you, Nahom Gumata? Drum says, hi. Parabdi, come on, don't write such hateful comments. He's saying we will destroy Amhara, Tigray, and Oromia. Romo, don't write such hateful comments, please. Don't generalize. Birhan says, what is the legacy of PM Abiy for his 6-year leadership? I could not do a video on that today. I want to do a video. It will take some time to speak on that. So if I am able to take some time out, I'll do a video tomorrow. Thank you, Oromia, for wishing me happy birthday. With 39 minutes have passed, I think we should end this live chat session. I covered 3 topics. I talked about the possibility of Russian naval base in Eritrea or Russian naval presence in Eritrea. Then we talked about TPLF Prosperity Party talks. PP is backing one party rule in Tigray, not a good sign for democracy in Tigray. Thank you, KOA. And thirdly, we talked about the which topic? I forgot. Rallies. Yes, we talked about Oromia. We talked about the massive rallies held in Oromia today. A message from Oromia to groups in Amhara, to international community as well, that now Oromia is going to be the center of decision making about Ethiopia. Dr. Admaso is a little late today. Fikro Ziharo says, does PP want to operate as a dominant or opposition party in Tigray? I don't think as an opposition party. It would like to share power with TPLF. TPLF is ready. If TPLF is ready. Thank you for watching the live chat session, viewers. I think we should end the live chat session. Thank you for becoming part of this live chat. See you tomorrow. Stay blessed. Till then, bye bye.